What's up guys, Messi here, welcome to a brand new video. Today we've got the latest batch of transfer rumours and also a lot of confirmed deals to get through at the beginning, guys. I think there's like 15 confirmed ones to get through. So before we get any further, as always, if you can smash 1,500 likes, that'd be absolutely awesome. If you're to my channel, click that subscribe button for more, and in the comments below, let me your thoughts on today's rumours and the rumours I shoot in the next episode. And also, if you missed my previous video, that will be down below in that description box. So let's get straight into it and start it off. We've got one in Germany happening, which is going to be Julian Baumgartlinger going from Mainz to Bayer Leverkusen. He's recently in the Bundesliga team this season, and I think from now on I may show you the highest rated card each of these players has got, just the fact that it looks a little bit better. So I'm just going to call him Julian for now because that is a long second name. The CDM has gone from Mainz to Bayer Leverkusen, like I mentioned, for €4 million on a 4-year deal. So that's quite a decent one for FIFA Ultimate Team. Then we have got Benjamin Hubner. There's a lot, by the way, I think most of these, in fact, are all from Germany. He has gone from Ingolstadt to Hoffenheim on €800,000 on a 4-year deal. This one right here is a contract extension. That is going to be Steve Cook of Bournemouth. Very good from last season. In fact, did get himself in the BPL team this season on FIFA. He's got a 3-year contract extension, and it's pretty deserving. So, like I said, been very good this season, very solid, and being one of the better players in that defence. Now moving on, we have got another contract extension this time. That is going to be Sal from Atletico Madrid, a contract extension until 2021. So obviously a 5-year deal basis, although it probably ran out in a couple of years anyway. So that is quite a big one for them, as he's a massive talent. Next up, we go on to John Cordoba. I think he was on loan last season, possibly at Mainz, but he's made the switch permanent now, I think for €6.5 million on a 4-year contract. Looks like a decent card, to be fair. I might have to try him at some point. Now we go on to George Teagle, who has gone to SC Augsburg. Apologies if I have butchered any of these names, but he's gone to, like I said, Augsburg this time from, I think it's Red Bull Leipzig, for a free transfer on a 4-year deal. Maybe a pretty decent right back for future FIFA Ultimate teams, especially if he remains as a silver. Then we go on to Joseph Mills. This time, I'll be covering every single league pretty much, by the way. He has gone to Perth Glory from Oldham on a 2-year deal, quite a random one going to Australia. Then we have got Marco Terrazino. I'm not sure who he is, but he has joined, I think it's Hoffenheim this time, from VfL Bochum. And it appears they've actually got rid of a lot of players over the last couple of days, but he has joined on an undisclosed fee on a 2-year contract. Then we go on to Ono Bullet, a player that's gone to Freiburg this time, I believe again, from Bochum on an undisclosed fee. And we have got Stefan Sessegnon being released by West Brom after not signing a new contract, as has the man after him, Victor Anichebe. So both of them will be looking for new clubs this summer, and Sessegnon's probably not a bad free transfer for a lower end BPL club potentially, or maybe even like somewhere abroad. Then we go on to John Terry. He's finally signed his contract and staying at Chelsea. It's a 1-year contract extension, so he'll be with the new manager. And apparently, it's according to rumours, it's not confirmed this bit, but apparently he has taken a £90,000 per week pay cut to remain at Chelsea. And fair play if he's done that, because he could have gone for probably more money he's currently on if he went to like America in the MLS or China or something like that to cash in the final years of his career. But he's stayed at Chelsea. Obviously could leave the year after, but he wants to stay and may even retire at the end of this season. Then we go on to Mitroglou this time. The big Greek has joined Benfica on a permanent basis now from Fulham. I forgot he joined Fulham, and he's apparently left for £5.5 million on a 4-year contract. And he did in fact get a team of the season card the other day, so I'm assuming he's done very well on his stay at Portugal, hence why they've made the move on a permanent basis. Then we have got Andreas Luth gone to Augsburg this time from Bochum again on an undisclosed fee and a 4-year contract. And the final one is going to be Christian Mathenia, gone to Hamburg this time from Darmstadt, €800,000 and a 4-year deal yet again. And now we've got the potential deals, and the very first one is going to be to do with Daniel Agger, the former Liverpool man. I think went back to his home country in Denmark with Brøndby this time, and now he's apparently linked to return and like kind of rejoin Rafa Benitez this time, because apparently Rafa is going to stay at Newcastle, and apparently Daniel Agger, they've been contacted by Newcastle, and he's a free agent, I think, so that'd be quite a good one. He's not as good as he used to be, obviously, but in the Championship, I think he'd do a fine job. And the article reads what I just said by saying that Rafa has been in touch with Daniel Agger's camp regarding a move, so that'd be quite a cool one, and be nice to see him back in England. Honestly, Newcastle need to build their core again. They've not got any like core, nothing to build from, and Rafa, I definitely think he'll get them back up within the first year. Now move on then to this is going to be a player that's not a FIFA Ultimate Team, but his name is Victor Lindelof. I've never heard of him, but plays for Benfica, and apparently United have bid 20 million euros for him, or 20 million pounds, should I say. So it basically says that he's just 21 years old. Lindelof can also operate as a centre defensive midfielder and has a buyout clause of 23 million pounds. So again, I've never watched this guy, but must have something about him with that kind of fee floating around. Now we got Simone Zaza, currently playing for Juventus today, linked to Valencia this time, according to Tuttosport. So the article reads that Juve hope Valencia's interest in Zaza could see this man's price tag, the next one, Andre Gomez's price tag of apparently 50 million euros reduced, as they want to get him in return. And it'll be very interesting to see how this one actually unfolds over the summer. Then we've got another one involving Juve, and this one is going to be another swap deal, in fact, according to Corriere dello Sport. This also includes Alvaro Morata. So Morata, everyone really knows that I think Rome just have like a buyback clause in him, and apparently they're very close to actually getting him back. And this reason that Juventus could take advantage of Rome's desire to activate Morata's buyback clause with a move for this man next to him, which is going to be James Rodríguez. So Rodríguez is kind of out of favour right now under Zinedine Zidane, and is linked to a lot of clubs, but that would be one hell of a ridiculously big swap move. But Juve are well aware that James has got a lot of interest in him from the likes of Bayern Munich, Arsenal and Manchester United. So again, big money potentially on the verge of happening right there. Then we go on to a player that I've never heard of, but he's a youngster in Brazil, and that is going to be Otavio, I think his name is, of Athletic Paranaense. Apparently he's close to joining Inter Milan, but they need to sell a non-EU player to make space for him. Inter are monitoring this situation, and he's currently valued at around 10 million euros. Now we go on to Theo Walcott, and this one isn't involving him leaving. According to Daily Mirror at least, apparently they want to keep hold of him, and that will annoy a lot of Arsenal fans, because it says that Arsenal plan to hold on to their forward Theo Walcott despite the winger failing to make an impact and also failing to get into England's Euro 2016 squad. The club will have showdown talks with Walcott, but do not wish to sell him. And now quite a big one for Man City, and that is going to do this man, Ilkay Gundogan of Borussia Dortmund. Apparently Pep Guardiola still wants to sign him despite him suffering a dislocated kneecap earlier this month. So I'm aware, I'm pretty sure he's missing the Euro 2016, and will probably miss, I imagine, the start of next season. But I mean, he's a class player, and they could potentially get probably, maybe the injury, get him for a little bit less money than they would have paid if he was fully fit, or even if he had an amazing Euros if he was fit on that case. Now we go on to Alexandre Lacazette, and apparently PSG are going to make a £40 million bid for him. And this according to TOURE, they're saying that PSG have rekindled their interest in Lyon striker Lacazette for a £31 million bid from West Ham. So obviously whoever gets him has to up that West Ham bid, and PSG are definitely in for a striker. Obviously Zlatan's going, they need a big money man to replace him. And for about a 10-minute time, Ezekiel Garay is linked to Manchester United. According to calciomercato.com, they're saying that Man United are plotting a summer move for the Zenit centre-back Ezekiel Garay. They're likely to pay 25 million euros to secure the Portugal international signature. It says Portugal international. That is a typo by this site. He's obviously Argentine, and like I said, he's been linked essentially for the last 4 years. And when I mentioned Rafa Benitez, this one is called to Daily Mail. They're saying that Rafa Benitez has verbally agreed to stay at Newcastle United and will begin to seek out transfer targets for their championship campaign. Only a last-minute offer from another club could change his mind. So Newcastle fans, good news for you finally. And this one right now has been kind of going around for a long time. That is according to Sky Sports today. Apparently Liverpool youngster Jerome Sinclair has agreed to join Watford, where his Liverpool contract expires at the end of this season. So he's not got an opportunity at Liverpool. He did once in the FA Cup when he actually scored a goal, but other than that, he's not really got anywhere near that first team, and it's understandable. I'm not sure what his attitude is like or anything like that, but I'm aware that he has, I think it's Raheem Sterling's agent. And if he does make the switch, it does mean Liverpool will have a compensation fee as he's under 21 years old. Now we go on to Mario Balotelli, another Liverpool striker this time. People forget that, but according to RAC1, Espanyol have identified Mario Balotelli as a possible summer signing and are set to make inquiries as to the availability of the Liverpool striker. And for all I care of Balotelli, I hope we get rid of him. He's deadwood and is on a lot of money, and also we could potentially get back some of the 15 or 16 million pounds we spent on him a few years ago. Now we've got Thomas Lemar, a player playing for AS Monaco. According to L'Equipe, Atletico and Liverpool are going to battle it out for him. And they said that both clubs have shown an interest in the 20-year-old Monaco winger who has impressed for the league on side this season. So I've not watched much of him. Obviously another youngster. I'd rather us sign proven talent. This guy potentially, some people say the next Martial or whatever. That's probably just because he's French and plays for AS Monaco. Now we have got a player to Tots. That is going to be Soleimani today, linked to a London move of Tottenham. And Abe Bowler has said that Tottenham are hoping to beat Leicester City to the signing of Sporting forward Islam Soleimani, who has a release clause of 30 million euros. So that's quite a big one. I think it's 25 million pounds. And they obviously want to take a bit of pressure off Harry Kane as they want another big goal scorer up front. Now we have got Pedro Obiang of West Ham today, linked to Napoli and a return back to Italy. And CalcioMacArthur.it are saying that Napoli are considering making a move for the West Ham midfielder Obiang, who has struggled for regular football in his very first season in the Barclays Premier League. And with West Ham probably buying a lot of players this summer, I'm assuming he could be on his way out after just 1 year. And then we've got into another West Ham player potentially on his way out, and this is a huge one, Dimitri Payet to Real Madrid. So the 10sport.com are saying that Real Madrid are weighing up a move for West Ham's Dimitri Payet as they look for replacements for want-away attacking midfielder James Rodríguez. Los Blancos will wait to see how Payet performs at Euro 2016 before making a bid. And we know what Real Madrid do every summer. One big sign is usually on the cards, and Payet, could he be that man this season? We'll have to wait and see. Then we have Callum Wilson today, linked to Tottenham for £20 million. And the Daily Mail are saying that Spurs are considering a £20 million bid for Bournemouth striker Callum Wilson. As they look to ease pressure on Harry Kane, West Ham and Everton are also credited with an interest for the 24-year-old striker. So again, just like Soleimani, they're probably going to bring in another striker this summer. And then we go on to Mauro Icardi, the Argentine who currently plays for Inter Milan, apparently is involved in a swap deal for next man who plays for Roma, and obviously Icardi playing for Inter, and that is going to be Edin Dzeko. So apparently these two could be swapping according to Corriere dello Sport. They're saying that Inter and Roma are said to be in talks over a possible swap deal including Icardi and Dzeko. The strikers would trade teams, with Inter also receiving a cash sum alongside the Bosnian. And every single transfer window does seem that Icardi is going to be leaving, so could this one be it? We'll have to wait and see, but a very good card on FIFA. Now we got on to another player linked to Inter Milan this time, Yaya Touré. The Daily Mirror are saying that Yaya Touré's agents claim he is in talks with Inter Milan over a move from Man City. It does not look like he'll be staying next season. It looks like he's played his last game for them, and it looks like Pep will probably shift him on. Just the fact that I don't think he appreciates his lack of work rate kind of thing. So Yaya potentially in this Serie A next season. The final one is going to be Granit Xhaka, one that Arsenal fans have always been wanting to happen, and according to Build, they finally made a bid for him. And that bid is apparently 25 million euros, which is 20 million pounds if I'm correct on the conversion. And the Mönchengladbach midfielder, I mean, it probably will happen, but I'm not sure whether it'll be after the Euros or just before. We'll have to wait and see, but I imagine this one could last all summer potentially. So there you have it, guys. There is all the rumours today and confirmed ones. A lot to get through. 38 players involved today in this episode. So if you enjoyed it, make sure to smash the like button. 1,000 fires likes would be absolutely awesome. If you're to my channel, click that subscribe button for more. And in the comments below, let me your thoughts on today's rumours and the rumours I shoot in the next episode, guys. And also, I had a few people ask me why Oxlade-Chamberlain was a bronze striker, I think, at West Ham. And the same goes for Lindegaard this time. I use them as placeholders for players that are not on the game, guys. So, yeah, thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.